Intro, a normal day. That ended in the unimaginable. Youssef was just an ordinary guy in his late 20s. He worked as a graphic designer at an advertising agency. Life was, well, normal. Maybe even a little boring, but he always had one question running in the back of his mind. What happens after we die? Is there something, or is it just nothingness? Well, he got his answer, and it changed everything. One hot summer day, on his way back from work, Youssef suddenly felt tightness in his chest. His heart started racing. Within seconds, everything went black. At the emergency room, the doctors declared a cardiac arrest. His heart had stopped for 4 full minutes. Medically, he was gone. But what happened during those 4 minutes, that's what will keep you up at night. I wasn't asleep, but I wasn't awake, Youssef recalls. I didn't feel like I was sleeping. Suddenly, I was just there, standing, floating, drifting, in a place with no time, no sound, no gravity. I didn't see my body, but I was aware, more aware than ever before. There was a strange light far in the distance, not white, like in the movies. It was a color I can't even describe, but it felt warm, like a hug with no arms. Then he heard a voice, not outside his head, but inside his very being. Do you want to stay or go back? He didn't answer, but something deep within him whispered, I'm not done yet, I have to go back. That's when the light started fading, and then, beep, 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 he woke up. The first thing he saw, his mother's tears. She was crying, hugging him, whispering, they brought you back. My baby came back. The psychological aftermath. After that moment, Youssef was never the same. He started appreciating every little moment. He wasn't afraid of death anymore, but he respected it. He began speaking differently, as lower, deeper, as if he had lived 1,000 lives. But then he dropped a creepy line. I'm 100% sure there's another realm, but it's not just heaven and hell like we imagine. It's something else, something we're not ready to understand yet. The creepiest part, Youssef said he saw, something in that place, a presence, a shadow, no eyes, no face, but it knew him deeply, intimately. It wasn't evil, but it wasn't friendly either. It was just, like it had been watching me my whole life. If you've ever lied, it knows. If you've hurt someone, it remembers everything you do here, echoes there. Now, every night before he sleeps, Youssef feels like that presence is still watching, not to scare him, but to remind him you were there once, and you'll return again. After the hospital, everyone around Youssef thought he's lucky to be alive. His family was crying from joy. His friends were texting him non-stop. But inside, Youssef was quiet, too quiet. He kept asking himself, what was that place? Why did I come back? And who, or what, was watching me? He started writing down everything he remembered. Visions, symbols, feelings, and the weirdest thing, his handwriting started to change. Certain letters, numbers, and shapes kept repeating. He didn't recognize them, but when he posted one symbol online, someone from a metaphysics forum replied, this is an ancient sigil used in near-death ritual studies. Where did you see this? Youssef had never seen it before in his life, until that moment in the darkness. Chapter 2. The loops begin. A week after his return, strange things started happening. He would wake up at 3:33 a.m. every single night. Every single night. He started dreaming of the place, but now it wasn't quiet. There were whispers. Come back. You weren't finished. We showed you a glimpse, but you turned away. He began to notice time glitches, like having full conversations with people, only to realize 5 minutes later, they never happened. One day, while walking to the grocery store, he blacked out for a second. When he opened his eyes, he was 3 blocks away, and his phone had 7 missed calls from a friend. Chapter 3. The Watcher makes contact. Remember the shadow he felt in the between? Yeah, it came back, but now it wasn't just a feeling. It started showing up in his dreams. Sometimes in mirrors, sometimes behind him in pictures. Blurry, tall, always at a distance. But one night, he woke up, and the room was ice cold, his breath visible in the air. And at the foot of his bed, a tall figure stood, no face, just presence. Youssef couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Then it spoke. You left early. You still carry the key. Next morning, Youssef found a strange shape carved into the wood under his bed. Chapter 4. Searching for the truth. He couldn't ignore it anymore. He started researching NDEs, secret societies, ancient symbols, and quantum consciousness. He learned that some people come back with abilities they didn't have before, precognition, empathy beyond human levels. But most terrifyingly, some start seeing things that others can't. He joined a hidden online group called The Returned. They were all people like him, and every one of them shared the same story. The presence, the symbols, the feeling of being watched, even in waking life. One user, from Romania, told him, "Don't listen to the voice too long. He wants you to return. But if you go back willingly, you might not be allowed to leave again." Chapter 5. The second pull, the last journal entry Youssef wrote before disappearing, said, "Last night, the voice told me a date, a time, a location. It said, 'Return now, or the door closes forever.' I don't know what it means, but I'm going." And then he vanished. His phone disconnected, his apartment left open. No one's seen him since. Only one thing was found. His journal, left on his bed, open to a page with a symbol, glowing faintly under UV light, and 4 chilling words. "I remember the silence. Outro, what happens after death might be following you now." So, do near-death experiences end when you wake up? Or is that just the beginning of the next chapter? Are there doors we're not meant to open? Or have you already opened one and just haven't realized it yet? Drop a comment. Do you believe in life after death? Have you ever had a dream you knew wasn't just a dream? And if you want a part 3, let me know.